Man called up and said his wife stressed herself to death, stressed herself to death, worried about what's going on in the world today. His wife died from being stressed. So the shit is outrageous. So this is another reason you need to control who's in these offices and stop listening to them and start telling them. Because what we do is when the police shake you down, everybody love to say, man, they work for us. The mayor work for you too. Your damn alderman work for you too. Have that same energy. Have that same energy. Your man Donald Trump has put over 150 federal judges in place. That means when they ready to do whatever the hell they want to do, like incarcerate your ass for some insane amount of time, or when you got a guy who raped a woman behind a dumpster and it would ruin his life and they let him go home, these are the people who are in charge of it. Your local judge, your federal, your life is in danger. Your life is in danger. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. And we sit around and we complain about nonsense, man. We complain about nonsense, y'all. We can no longer complain about nonsense. We are not at liberty to do that. Can't do it anymore. We have to organize. When you look at the state of Florida, everybody in Florida trying to apply for unemployment and can't. Would you like to know why? Because this is the way it works. Your unemployment system was installed by, he's a senator, his name is Rich Scott. He was attempting to run for president and he was trying to keep his unemployment numbers down. So he revamped the website. It made it more difficult for the Floridians to apply for unemployment. So now if you've been furloughed and you have to put on your paperwork, a lot of people, this may be happening throughout the country too. If you're being furloughed, they ask you a question. Are you currently looking for a job? You would have to put no in the rejection. The trick is to go back and do it again, and then a human being will see what's going on, and then you'll get your benefits. But this information is not being disseminated throughout the country, so your ass is suffering, and our brothers and sisters are suffering for it, and then we just get upset. Earlier, I mentioned about medication and things for this pandemic. One of the ones that they are pushing is hydroxychloroquine. It's a drug that helps fight malaria. Thing is, 2020 vision. Remember I said that earlier? Your past will teach you about the future. You can see it in the past, you can see it in the future, you can see it in the present. Perfect. Your president was pushing this. By the way, he's a stockholder, a small stockholder in the company that makes it. That's for one. And this, if nothing else, this should turn you off from anything this administration pushes at you in regards to a drug. The president of the United States stood on TV and said, and I quote, "What do you have to lose?" I do believe he said that at damn near 4 years ago to the day. Black people, what do you have to lose? This is the dude that defunded the infectious disease program that could have prevented this. He defunded it. What do you have to lose? Like you said, your life. No, bro, if we can't go to the polls. No. I'm not saying don't go to the polls. I'm not saying, oh, bro, if you can't go to the polls, we will have to vote through the mail. He got 450 million people to do it. They need billions. Trump is trying to stop us from going to the polls through the mail. That goes what I said. I was going to get to that in Georgia. He stopped us from going to the mail. He himself voted. He voted himself through the mail, saying if we do it, it'll be widespread fraud. Well, guess what? We need to be fraud. That was my main man, K3000. Good to see him back on the scene. No, I'm not saying don't go to vote. What I'm saying is these people the governor of the state of Wisconsin tried to postpone the election until this pandemic is over. And the mayor of Wisconsin said, fuck that, took it to the Supreme Court and they instituted voting again. He wasn't saying don't vote. He was saying until this thing calms down, I'm gonna need y'all to relax. And then when it picks back up, we can vote then. I'm not saying don't vote. I was gonna get to that with the jackass in Florida, K3000. Georgia. He put Chief Rocker and the X Squad and the rest of them brothers. Okay, my bad. Y'all having a conversation. It's cool. Yeah. So, this thing with unemployment, it's stopping people from getting their benefits. It's putting people on edge. And then it helps him promote this nonsense, go back and put your life in danger. Because we will never know if this is or is not a real thing. But you know what? I ain't willing for none of y'all to take a chance at it. If you don't have to, don't do it. Don't do it, is what I'm saying. You got people all over the world that's trying to use us as guinea pigs. French doctors talk about used Africans. They don't have any intelligence. This is in France. This is why we must galvanize our communities and fight against everybody. We must. What's up, everybody? Battling this health issues, but listen, get well soon, my brother RC. On the mail voting, the UPS is United Postal System is struggling financially right now, and it's going to turn into a problem if they don't get the funding soon. Hey, our brother RC, a consistent listener, he said the United States Postal Service is struggling for funding right now, and people who don't know this, look, you know how everybody is thanking the police officers? Salute. Thanking the firemen? Salute. Thanking the nurses and doctors and the medical professionals? Salute, 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 salute. The United States Postal Service workers are in an extreme amount of danger too, because they dropping off mail every day to every house in your city, state, and town, and nobody's giving a damn about them. Your boy Bernie Sanders is on Capitol Hill right now trying to get funding, but see, this is what I'm talking about. We funding things that we don't even know about. But when you put the right people in place, people like my boy Chill, my boy Dre, and other people that I know who work for the United States Postal Service, their lives are in less danger and they need the funding that they should be getting. If you could put $1 trillion into the stock market, you could put a half a billion into the postal service and get these brothers and sisters right. But see, again, these are working class people every day. These people who get up and go to work for their money every day. So don't nobody give a damn about them. Don't nobody give a damn about them. And as K3000 just mentioned, this damn fool of a governor in the state of Georgia, he's trying to get the schools to open back up, putting your children in jeopardy, putting these teachers in jeopardy, putting everybody in jeopardy, their futures in jeopardy. And it's more than obvious why they're doing this, because their fearless leader has built a reputation on keeping the financial situation in order. The economy is booming under Trump. First and foremost, if you know anything about political science, you understand that it takes 4 years for a president to do anything, and anything he's done, it takes about 4 years for that thing to go into action. So, while your boy been tooting his own horn and breaking his arm, patting himself on the back, talking about the financial situation in the United States of America, these are residual effects from the previous administration. Listen to what I'm saying. You notice when he got in office, he did all these defunding these programs, like the Center of Disease Control, like the infectious disease people, like lowering these regulations and things of that nature. And that's what's biting him clean, raw, buck naked in his ass. It's biting him in his ass because we don't need all this prevention. We don't need that. This is a waste of money. It's just bureaucracy. and now it's biting him in his ass. Because those people would have told him 6, 8, 12 months ago, you need this. All you have to do is listen to the homie Don Lemon. Go to Don Lemon on Facebook, on YouTube. Don Lemon showed a speech in 2014 of Barack Obama saying that they needed funding to prevent something like this for airborne disease, infectious disease to hit our country. And this is why we need this. And you see your president and his cronies try to say that that never happened. Trump and his buddies want the post office to become private, which Trump will be connected with the company that controls it. It's all about the bread. Thank you, Chuck, brother. Thank you. All it is a bunch of bullshit that while you are struggling and stressed out about living, day-to-day living, these dudes are stacking paper and like EPMD, they snapping necks and cashing large checks. But we have to be prepared. This is why we have to stop figuring out ways to lose and figure out a way to win. The most disturbing news of this week is the fact that they're telling us you need to wear masks and gloves to protect who you are and your life. That's not the disturbing part. That's being safe and sound. The most disturbing part is being a brother. I'm not a small guy. I'm not tall. I'm a wide dude. But brothers like myself, Jungle Brother, number one Chief, Rocket, D-Wave, we not small guys. But we live in America. We live in Los Angeles, one of the most corrupt police departments in the United States of America. We live in Chicago, one of the most corrupt police departments in the United States of America. Jungle Brother and number one Chief Rocket, they live in the South. Enough said. What do you say about a big black man walking towards you with a mask on his face? Your life is in danger. So now, you damn near gotta think, do I protect myself from Corona or the Cocopolis? Listen to that, man. Do I protect myself from COVID-19 or do I protect myself from the police? Because before this shit is over, one of them dogs is gonna shoot down one of our brothers and say, I didn't know. There was a brother on Karen Hunter's show. My buddy Jungle Brother said, take him off the wide dudes. He lost 2 pounds last week. My man, I'm getting off too. But Karen Hunter's show again, y'all. If y'all don't have Sirius Satellite Radio, all you have to do is go to YouTube. She has segments all the time. Check out Good Sister, man. Joe Madison is also a good brother to check out too. But one of the brothers who she have on the show, I can't think of his name presently. He's a 6'2", 250-pound man. He said he was 6'4", 250 pounds. Well, anyway, he's a big brother. He said he went to the gas station and literally contemplated taking his mask off because he saw police. A year ago, I got pulled over by a cop, and I literally said to myself, this could be it. We shouldn't be living like this, brothers and sisters. We should. We should not be living like this. We should not be living under the fear of our lives being taken away from us because we're trying to protect ourselves, or our lives being taken away from us because we just existed in this fucking country. And if I'm offending people with the language, I understand. I apologize, but I'm passionate about my people. It's just something I just don't understand how people don't get it. But if we don't go ahead and do it, we're going to get screwed. In regards to these masks, these 2 young brothers got kicked out of Walmart for wearing masks. So the whole world telling you to wear masks to protect yourself, and you kick us out of Walmart. This is when we need to have this internet outrage. Like last week I said, Jesse Lee Peterson needs to feel the wrath of our internet. Diamond and Silk, who are still dismissing the deaths of our loved ones as a hoax. They need to